has been the most valuable form of training that has helped shape your career?
You know, um, I'm a member of NALI, the National Association of Legal Investigators, and several other associations. Those are all great, and networking is really good. But what has helped me the most during my career so far to date is actually mentorship. Uh, as you know, I worked with Gary Glanz, and there's also another individual, another PI, very, it's female, but reminded me um, of a female Gary Glanz. Very, had that. How would you put it? That gumshoe, uh, older, very smart, very intelligent. You would never, if you saw her out in a crowd, never know that she was a PI, but sharp as a tack. She was the one that taught me how to write my reports, and and she was the one that always said that. Oh, she goes, Nick, if you ever have a bad case, which you will, as you know, Leah, there's those cases that no matter what you do, it could just be a bad case. She's like, a good report will fix a bad case, and that's something that you often see with PIs now. They don't know how to write a report. It's
Hmm.
just part of the analytics or something that they don't want to put the time into the report, or they don't know how to properly explain what they're saying or how to decipher it for the client, so that not only the client wants to read it and they can read it quickly, because as attorneys don't have all this time in the world to read a really condensed or comprehensive report, but to make it to where they can consume all that or digest all that information you're giving them down into what is the most beneficial for their time frame.
Hmm.
And a lot of PIs just don't know how to do that. And mentorship, so by far, was has been the best thing for me. And I always seek out, no matter how far along I am in my PI career, I always seek out additional mentors. If I'm trying to, if I notice that, hey, this person knows something that I don't know, I will always kind of have that, okay, I need to be more around them because I can improve my skills around them.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the best. I know other PIs would say other things, but mentorship by far and surrounding yourself in a good network of people are the best things in our industry.
Yeah. So we often have people who reach out and ask us if they can do internships or volunteer or whatever to kind of get experience.
Right.
And that, just from a forensic accounting standpoint, that is really difficult. I'm just being real transparent in these episodes, but it's really difficult. How do you drop somebody in on a case that it might take 3 weeks to get complete information, and then the learning curve and all of that? And I know that that's frustrating as an investigator. So this is how I handled mentorship, and then I'm curious how you've gone about it, because maybe uh you have been around mentors that didn't mind doing those things. But when people reach out to me, it is complicated to try to bring somebody into a case and confidentiality and all of that.
Right.
At the same time, so how I handled mentorship, because I would agree, having mentors to help you navigate some of the pitfalls of a case, I mean, that's invaluable. I mean, you can't even put a price on that. So what I would do is, whenever I got a case, going back to that marketing, networking, business development, I would go get the case, and then I would ask someone with more experience, "Would you like to work on this case with me?" So then both of us are being compensated for our time. I'm the newbie, but I'm bringing the work in, right?
Right.
And then I'm gaining experience and also valuing that person's time. Now, there's stuff in those conversations and everything that, sure, they don't get paid for, and that I remember to this day. They're like, "Oh, that was such a good advice on that case that I've taken." But I feel like that has worked really well. What about in your experience? Is that how you brought in, like, built those mentor relationships, or have you found people who were willing to kind of take you under their wing?
And the thing with mentors that I built out, or that I was able to, um, I went through associations first, and in actuality, I think I actually, um, Gary, I had actually met through somehow through you. There was some kind of, I think we had discussed him at one time, or you had maybe given me an introduction, which would have been a form of networking, um, and I can't quite. It's been so long ago. I'm trying to remember how I had that exact um, introduction to Gary. Uh, but most people had. I was able to get those introductions to mentors because of they knew my work ethic, and they knew that I was willing to put in something and they could get something back from me. It wasn't a
Mhm.
one-sided deal like what you're saying.
Exactly.
You can't just go in and just expect, hey, this person's going to teach me everything and then they're going to leave. It doesn't work like that with mentorship.
Mhm.
One person, each party, it has to be a partnership in there. And that's what a mentorship is about. And you will always, when there's a partnership on it, you'll always walk out of it knowing something more than you did when you went in. And
Yeah.
that's how you grow in our industry, is having, you will always be the best in your field when you have more knowledge and more wisdom. That you can charge all you want, but you can still be the stupidest person in our industry. you know
Yep. I mean, it may not last very long, but
it may not last very long. That's exactly right. But as long as we're uh, part partnering with individuals that are like-minded, and our ethics are high, our standards are high, so we're not willing to bring it down below a certain bar, and we're partnering with each other to where we're continually learning. I feel like that's the appropriate manner that I've gone in the past about mentorship.
yeah.